So, what exactly does "did you find out the cost of the raw materials" mean? Simply put, it's about asking if the foundational, initial details or core expenses for a project have been determined. It extends beyond just physical materials to cover any essential preliminary information you need to gather before you can move forward with confidence. It's a way to check if all the basic groundwork is complete. To help you understand the idiom, let's take a look at a short dialogue between two people.
So, how's that new novel coming along, Emma? Have you sorted out the plot?
I'm still figuring out the foundational elements, Mark. It's a bit like building something from scratch.
Right, like character backstories and world building? What do you mean by building from scratch?
Exactly. I'm trying to see if you found out the cost of the raw materials for this story yet. Welcome to our idiom quiz. Our question today is, what do you think "did you find out the cost of the raw materials" originally meant? Option: inquiring about fundamental project expenses. Option: hecking the price of construction supplies. Or perhaps, investigating the source of unprocessed goods. Take a moment to think. Here's a hint. Think about the foundational elements of any big undertaking. What do you believe is the correct answer? Make your guess before we reveal the answer on the next slide. The correct answer is inquiring about fundamental project expenses. This expression, while seemingly literal, developed into a way of asking about the essential, foundational information needed before starting any major project. It stems from the early industrial era, particularly in 18th and 19th century manufacturing. Back then, knowing the exact cost of raw materials was absolutely crucial for budgeting and determining a project's viability, making this question a cornerstone of business planning. It's now used broadly for any initial vital inquiry. Let's see this idiom in action with a couple of examples. Our first example: before we greenlight the new marketing campaign, did you find out the cost of the raw materials for the digital ads and print media? Here, raw materials refers to the foundational expenses for the campaign, not physical goods. It's asking about the essential budget details needed to launch. Our second example is, the CEO asked, did you find out the cost of the raw materials for the acquisition? We need to know the basic financial impact. In this case, raw materials metaphorically represents the core financial data and essential information required to understand the impact of an acquisition. Both examples show how the idiom is used to inquire about crucial initial information for different projects, whether it's marketing or a corporate acquisition.
Now let's test your understanding. Among these four expressions, can you identify which two are similar in meaning to "did you find out the cost of the raw materials"? Your options are "get the lay of the land," "ut corners," "owe your homework," and "eat around the bush." Take a moment to consider which expressions relate to gathering fundamental information or initial preparations. Which two would you choose as the most similar? Think carefully. The two similar expressions are "get the lay of the land" and "do your homework." Get the lay of the land means to become familiar with the facts of a situation, much like understanding the initial raw materials. Do your homework emphasizes thorough preliminary research, which aligns perfectly with finding out foundational costs or information. In contrast, cut corners means to do something poorly or incompletely, and beat around the bush means to avoid getting to the point. Both are opposites of the diligent inquiry implied by our idiom. To sum up, did you find out the cost of the raw materials? Is a crucial question for gathering essential, foundational information or initial expenses for any project. While it originated in industrial settings, it's now widely used to inquire about the fundamental groundwork for any endeavor. Remember, it's about ensuring you have all the basic details before moving forward. So next time you need to check if someone has done their preliminary research or gathered key financial data, you know just the phrase to use. If you have any idioms you'd like to study, please leave them in the comments.